A pleasant good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Rag Sherman Field here at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium is the site for this opening round playoff game. Best of 3 series in Division I as the 13-seed McKinley Panthers take on the 4-seed Rummel Raiders. And it's the first of 2 broadcasts that we have scheduled for you today. Following this one, Archbishop Shaw and Brother Martin will start their 3-game series. That is the 6-seed Brother Martin Crusaders against the 11-seed Shaw Eagles. Emmanuel Pepper's here with you, ready to take you the rest of the way, and the Raiders have already taken the field. This game is going to start maybe a couple of minutes earlier than its scheduled 4 o'clock first pitch, so we're going to get right to it, and we're going to introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Panthers. Will be the road team for the first of 3 games in this series. Of course, a best of 3 series, so first of 2 wins. Ricky Brumfield Jr. is going to lead off and play short. Jay Alexander, the second baseman, will bat second. Landon Lorraine pitches and bats third. KJ Green is the DH. He'll clean up. And it's Pat Brown at first base. He'll bat fifth. Troy Lewis bats sixth. And then it is Joshua Gordon who bats seventh and catches, and Jordan Harris in left field. And Dariante Jackson is the right fielder for the Panthers. And the starting defensive alignment for Rummel reads as follows. In the outfield from left to right, it's Evan Francione, Luke Lacoste, and the right fielder is Taylor Stradley. Infield starting from first base, it is Lyle Ball. Second baseman is Lane LeBlanc. The shortstop, Ron Franklin. Over at third base, it's going to be Charlie Beck. Behind the plate for Rummel, it is Jackson Denny's, and the starting pitcher for the Raiders, who also doubles as their leadoff hitter, will be Zach Cook. And Cook has done his warm-up tosses. Cook this year, 10 starts, an 8-2 record, 60 innings pitched, 44 hits, 21 runs, 16 earned, with 26 walks, 57 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.87. And we are set for baseball here on a very windy and cloudy day. Winds out of the south-southeast between 15 to 20 miles an hour as Brumfield steps in to lead it off. First pitch of the afternoon is taken and called a strike, and we are officially underway at 3:57 p.m. One from Cook, and that one is slapped foul by Brumfield. Quickly 0-2 on the leadoff batter of the game in the inning for the Panthers. Coming as a 13th seed, 9-21 on the year. Cook's 0-2, and that's in the dirt. Brumfield lays off 1-2 on a kind of waste pitch breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2 coming. And a swing and a miss, high fastball, and Brumfield goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So Cook effectively changing the eye level. 0-2 breaking ball in the dirt, and he comes back with some high cheddar to blow away Brumfield, and that'll bring up Jay Alexander. Cook gets the sign that he wants. Here comes the first pitch to Alexander, and that one is swung on and missed. And Cook establishing well early on, 0-1. Here to Alexander. A 1 pitch. And that's in tight on the hands. Evens the count. 1-1. And a chopper up the middle. It's going to be fielded on the charge at short. Throw down the first. Gets Alexander by plenty for the second out. Franklin handles that bouncer towards the middle. Easily retires Jay Alexander. And that'll bring it to the pitcher, Landon Lorraine. 2 quick outs here for Rummel, ahead of what will be their first cuts at the plate. First pitch to Lorraine, and a ground ball bounced to second. Scooped up clean, routine throw. They'll make it in plenty of time. Out number 3 in the side is retired. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Rummel on the mound and in the field. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through a half, and the Raiders will get their first cuts at the plate when we return here on Prep Baseball on SportsNOLA.com, presented by First NBC Bank. Back here at Regs Sherman Field, Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, as the Rummel Raiders will get their first hacks here at the plate against Landon Lorraine. Zach Cook, Luke Lacoste, and Evan Francione, the top three in the order. Lyle Ball cleans up. Charlie Beck bats fifth, and it's Lane LeBlanc who bats sixth. Jackson Denny's bats seventh. It's the DH Cade Rivera batting eighth, and Ron Franklin rounds out the order for the Raiders in white tops, white pants this afternoon with red numbers and letters. McKinley in blue tops, white pants with white numbering and lettering. Lorraine done with his warm-up tosses, and the 4-seed Archbishop Rummel Raiders will get their first inning at the plate here in this opening round of the Division I playoffs. Zach Cook, a .382 hitter on the season with 29 runs batted in, steps in to lead off. First pitch to Cook, and he takes for a strike. An 0-1 count. Pitch from Lorraine, taken once again for ball one. One, and that one is fought off foul. First base side out of play. After Zach Cook delivered an 8-pitch first inning on the mound with a strikeout to lead off the game. One-two, and that's sliced foul. Pitch stayed up. Another 1-2. And that one is hit in the air in the right field. Jackson waiting on it now, has to come in with the wind. Tries to slide to make the catch, and he can't get it. Cook is going to be at second. The wind is playing a major factor, pushing that ball in, and Jackson just misjudged it. Tried to compensate, but could not get to it on a slide. And we will have a courtesy runner for Rummel. That is Patrick Meehan, who will run for Cook, as the next batter will be Luke Lacoste. The wind's going to be havoc on outfielders today, and as the game progresses, as we mentioned, winds out of the south-southeast at 15, approaching 20 miles an hour. Lacoste, the batter, .315 hitter this year, 11 doubles, 35 hits, and 111 at-bats. First pitch. And that one is fouled away. So a wind-aided double, if you will, for Zach Cook. Meehan running for him. A one pitch, and it missed up. Ball on the strike. One, and that missed. For the Raiders coming in, their last two games of the season against the top seed in Division I, John Curtis. They split those two meetings, both of them being decided by a single run. A 3-2 win, a 7-6 loss. Throw back to second, and the ball gets away to shallow center, but it's backed up by Lewis. So Meehan not going anywhere. Now the shortstop, Brumfield, starting to creep in towards second as the pitch is fought off foul. So Lacoste to a 2-2 count. Runner on second here early for the Raiders, and a scoring opportunity early here in the first inning. Jackson comes in to cover the bag at second, now peels off. 2-2, they hold the swing. Pitch goes by to the backstop. Catcher can't find it as Meehan gets the third. Gordon on the bounce, it skipped right by him. He didn't see it. Meehan easily takes third. And it's a 3-2 count to Lacoste. Full count offering. And that one is in the center field. Now they have to backpedal on this one. It's a long run back. That's over his head. That's going to easily score a run. Lacoste to second. It's a double, and it's 1-0 Raiders. Tendency is going to play a little bit more shallow with the wind, but Lacoste able to drive that well enough over the head of Lewis in the center field for a run-producing double. And Evan Francione now the batter. First pitch, and Francione pops one up. In the shallow right, Jackson now trying to camp. He does. He makes the catch. They're going to try to tag and go to third on this one. The throw to third is not in time. Lacoste takes an extra bag out of this one. On the fly out by Francione.
First baseman number 18, ball.
So one pitch, one out, but a productive one from the 3-hole hitter at least, as it brings a runner to third now for Lyle Ball. First pitch to Ball, eye level, high for ball one. Ball this season a .215 hitter. 23 hits and 107 at-bats. 21 runs driven in. 1-0. That's down and in by the Shoes. 2 balls, no strikes. Lorraine's 2-0. And that stays well up. 3 balls, no strikes now to Ball. With Charlie Beck waiting on deck. 3-0 pitch, and that one finds the zone. Ball an automatic take after Lorraine missed by a lot in his first 3 pitches. 3-1 coming. And that's taken inside corner, a strike. Ball thought he had ball 4. We've got a very delayed strike call from our home plate umpire this afternoon, so any close call, we're going to have to hang on it. 3-2. And that's fouled. Another payoff pitch. Ball 4. No doubt about that one. Ball draws a 1-out walk. Runners on the corners for Beck. 24 runs batted in for Beck this year and 101 at-bats. For Ball, meanwhile, that is his 24th walk, tied for 3rd on the team in that category. First pitch to Beck, and that's inside and down for ball 1. It's that old adage when you're a heavy underdog like McKinley is, you can't afford to not make plays, as that one is flared over in the very shallow right. Just hits the end of the outfield dirt. 1 run will score. It's going to wind up being a double for Beck. Ball moves to 3rd. Lacoste in, and it's 2-0 Raiders. A little flare shot that just hit the very edge of the infield dirt behind the first baseman, Brown. Bounced in the shallow right. It's the 3rd double already this inning. That'll bring up Lane LeBlanc batting from the left side. First pitch, and LeBlanc takes one down. When you're a heavy underdog, you can't afford to have plays like the the first batter of the game. Of course, it's a windy day, but still a high fly ball. It was time to adjust as this one's going to pop up back out of play. Evens the count. Now the Raiders are starting to pounce. Already putting up a crooked number. As the pitch, and that one is in the left center field. That is going to get down. Both runs are going to score on this one. The throw is going to come in towards second, but it is not in time. It is 4-0 Raiders. LeBlanc shoots one the other way to left center field. Ball scores. Beck scores. And it's already starting to get out of hand here in the first inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Jackson Denny's. And the Raiders' 7-hole hitter. .318 hitter this year. A home run, 21 batted in. First pitch to him. And Denny's takes for ball one. .1-0. And that one is popped up foul. In on the hands. Fouled out of play. Evens the count. And a step off by Lorraine. Here's the 1-1. And that's taken for ball two. We talked a little bit about the Raiders' path to get here, especially the end of the season. Meanwhile, McKinley came in on a 4-game slide. Pitch. Down and in the dirt. Now the runner takes off for third late, and he'll get in. LeBlanc, a bit of a late takeoff, but he's still able to get in ahead of the throw by Gordon. On a wild pitch. So LeBlanc to third, still one away. 4 runs already in for the Raiders. 3-1 pitch is taken. High part of the zone for a strike. Full count. The last W for McKinley came on April 15th. A 12-5 triumph over Tara. 3-2 on the way. And that's well outside. Ball 4. Denny's walks. Second free pass already this inning. And Cade Rivera will get a crack here in the first inning as we have another courtesy runner. That's Austin Bloom, who will run for Denny's. As Rivera has just one at-bat this year. He's been used mostly as a courtesy runner, as the stats would indicate, as a throwback to first, checks the trail runner. 19 games played in, but one at-bat, 17 runs scored. First pitch to him, and Rivera takes one down and out for ball 1. .1-0, and that's over for a strike. Evens up the count. .1 coming. Down and out. Gordon has to scoot over to block it. 2 balls and a strike now to Rivera, with Ron Franklin, the 9-hole hitter, on deck. The 2-1. And that one is taken for ball 3. 3-1 count to Rivera. Lorraine in danger of losing another hitter. Comes the pitch. And that's taken for ball 4. And a walk to load up the sacks. It moves Bloom to second. Rivera aboard for Ron Franklin. Franklin, a .309 hitter this year. 25 hits and 81 ABs. 10 extra base hits. And the pitch that goes by, everybody's going to advance, and the run's going to score. LeBlanc scores. Bloom moves to third. Rivera to second. It's a 1-0 count to Franklin, and it is now 5-0 Archbishop Rummel. And Franklin hits one in the air. It's popped up, and camping under the second baseman is going to make the catch. That is Alexander for the second out. Both runners have to hold. Right back to the top of the order as the Raiders have batted around. Zach Cook led off the inning with a double, was run for. Wound up scoring. He flares this one, and that's going to drop in front of the right fielder. Lorraine showing his frustration as both runs are going to score. Ball gets by. Cook to second. And the throw on the infield gets by. And now Cook is going to advance once again, this time the third. So there's going to be a base hit and 2 errors on this play. The first error was on the right fielder, Jackson. Both runs score, so it's 7-0. Cook gets to second on the fielding error by Jackson and advances to third on another error on the throw in. As Lacoste is now up. Pitch. And Lacoste pops one up foul, and that's going to get well out of play. One pitch. That stays up. 2 balls and a strike to Lacoste, who doubled earlier in this inning. 2-1. And that's upstairs into the backstop, but not far enough for Meehan, who runs for Cook to try to score. A 3-1. And that one is pulled foul. That'll ricochet off the base of the fence down there in foul territory in left field. Full count. 7 runs in on 5 hits. 3 walks in the inning. And the last play accounting for 2 errors. 3-2 on the way. And a hot shot on a ground ball, and that's going to go through past the second baseman, Alexander. Meehan scores. That ball looked like it had a little tailing action away from Alexander. 8-0 Raiders. And Evan Francione will try to join on the party after he flied out in his first time up. First pitch. Francione flies one up. Should end the inning. And it's going to come on this one. And the catch is going to be made by the center fielder, Lewis. Side retired, but not before Rummel pounds out 8 runs on 6 hits. There were 2 errors and a runner left. We've played 1, and the Raiders lead it 8-0. You are tuned in to high school baseball here on SportsNOLA.com, presented by First NBC Bank.
That shot past the second baseman. Is that like a pity hit? An error? It tailed away.
Ordinary effort to see him.
It tailed away from him, but he
It tailed. With ordinary effort to see him.
I know, I saw it.
Back here, Rag Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Archbishop Rummel already enjoying a healthy lead, 8-0 as we've played one. KJ Green, the DH, will lead off here for the Panthers.
Green leading off of McKinley.
Pat Brown, Pat Wright to follow. And Zach Cook has seen more action at the plate today than he already has on the bump in one inning. 2 at-bats following an 8-pitch first inning. First pitch here, and that's taken for ball 1. Cook already on a 2-for-2 day with a double and a base hit. As the pitch is over this time for a strike. Even the count to Green. 1-1. And a ground ball left side. It's going to be bobbled at shortstop, and Green is going to be safe. That'll be an E6. Looked like Franklin had a tough time reading the hop, and he let it eat him up. So an error gives the Panthers their first base runner here of the afternoon ahead of Pat Brown. And a throw back to first. That'll check Green, who dives back in. First pitch here, and that's in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Denny's. 1-0. Another throw back, checks Green once again. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Evens the count to 1-1. Pitch, and that one is flared in a shallow left center field, and a running catch made. Cutting it off is Lacoste for the first out. That'll bring up Pat Wright. Nice cover out there by Lacoste in shallow left center field. It's the first pitch showing bunt and taking. Now the back pick and the throw back to first checks the runner. Pitch called a ball to Wright. 1-0. And again showing bunt. They try to stab at it. A strike. Evens the count. One and a swing and a miss. Cook jumps back ahead. Set up outside for the 1-2 coming. And that's taken for ball 2. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. And the second punch out for Cook. Stayed down in his zone late in the count and was able to vanquish Wright, and that'll bring up Troy Lewis. First pitch, and Lewis bounces one foul. Third base side. We'll set the rest of the bracket. Of course, we have one more game coming up today, as the 0-1 fouled off. First round, so the top 3 seeds have byes. The first 2 rounds are best of 3 series. 0-2. And that one is taken for a called strike 3. Rung up as Lewis. He knew it immediately. And the side is retired. So a leadoff error does not come back to bite the Raiders. No runs, no hits in the inning, and a runner left. Bottom second coming up. It's Archbishop Rummel 8, McKinley nothing. You are tuned in to high school baseball here on SportsNOLA.com, presented by First NBC Bank. Back here at Rags Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, as the Archbishop Rummel Raiders will start off their half, 8-0. Lyle Ball, Charlie Beck, Lane LeBlanc, the 3 scheduled up in this inning for the Raiders, who sent 12 to the plate in that first frame. 8 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. First 4 hits went for 2 bags. First pitch, and that's down and in for ball 1. The 1-0, and that's fouled. Leaving the count. Ball worked the count his first time up. Got a walk out of it after 7 pitches. 1-1. And a ground ball towards third. Picked up on 2 hops. It's going to be a long throw over to first, and they get ball. Right. Put everything he had on that one. Gets ball in time for the first out. It'll bring up Charlie Beck. First pitch as well upstairs for ball 1 to Beck. Doubled on a 1-0 pitch his first time up. The offering from Lorraine, and that one is pulled foul. That's going to get well out of play. It's on the roof of the batting cages. Evens the count. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Beck mouthing a little frustration to himself after chasing a pitch well out of the strike zone up. 1-2. And that's taken for ball 2. Two on the way. And that's fought off foul. Two coming. And a swing and a foul tip, and it was held on to by Gordon. Beck strikes out swinging. And so far, a much smoother second inning. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Lane LeBlanc. LeBlanc doubled on the first pitch he saw. First time up, first pitch. They tried to frame it, but it missed for ball 1. The offering. And that's upstairs. The pitch. And that one has popped up, and it's going to be easily taken at first for the out. And the side is retired in order as Brown puts that away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as we enter the third. It is Archbishop Rummel 8 and McKinley nothing. You are tuned in to high school baseball here on SportsNOLA.com, presented by First NBC Bank. Back here at Rag Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, Archbishop Rummel leading 8-0 here in the third inning. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up, so Josh Gordon is going to lead off the frame here for the Panthers. Jordan Harris and then Ricky Brumfield due up here against Cook. First pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. So Gordon getting his first cuts of the game. Only Panther base runner, a leadoff error in the second. Pitch missed upstairs for ball 1. The pitch. And that one has popped up in foul territory, and it's going to be the catcher, Denny's, to take it for the first out. You had 3 Raiders converging. Beck in from third, the pitcher, Cook, and Denny's. Jordan Harris is now the batter. Harris shows bunt, and he tries to lay one down, but he fouls it. The 0-1. And a slap foul. It rolls toward the visitor dugout. 0-2 to Harris. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a little good morning, good afternoon, good night. Harris down on 3 pitches. Back to the top of the order for Ricky Brumfield. Brumfield struck out to lead off the top of the first. First pitch from Cook is taken down and out for ball 1. It's already 4 punch-outs for Cook, first time through the lineup. 3 of them swinging. Brumfield, Wright, Lewis, and Harris. These strikeout victims. The 1-0 called a strike, evens the count. Pitch. And it's taken for ball 2. In at the knees. 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's an even count as the throw back actually went beyond the pitcher. 2-2. It's the first of 2 games that we'll have for you today. You're on SportsNOLA.com. The 2-2 pitch is taken. Brumfield manages to hold the swing. They try to appeal down to Ask. Brumfield did hold his swing, but the catcher, Denny's, was at least trying to appeal just to be certain. Brumfield did hold the swing, though. 3-2 pitch coming. And it's taken for a called strike 3. Brumfield rung up on the inside corner, and the side is retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Bottom third coming up. It's the Raiders of Archbishop Rummel 8 and the McKinley Panthers nothing. You're tuned in to high school baseball on SportsNOLA.com, presented by First NBC Bank. Back here at Reg Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Bottom third coming up. The Raiders leading 8-0. And for Archbishop Rummel, it's going to be 7, 8, 9 in the order. So Jackson Denny's will lead it off. By the way, one note, there was a switch in right field after the 2 errors made by Dariante Jackson, who was not in the batting order. He was replaced by Kevin Smith out in right. First pitch is down here in this inning to Denny's, 1-0. 1-2-3 inning last out for Lorraine, including a strikeout in there. 1-0 pitch is down in the dirt again. 2 balls, no strikes. Inning started off with a strong throw across the diamond by Pat Wright on a ground out to third. The 2-0, and that missed. Denny's already in the driver's seat after he walked first time up. He's ahead 3-0 here. The pitch. And that one is taken for ball 4. Denny's walks. And that'll bring up the DH, Cade Rivera.
DH number 25, Cade Rivera. Austin Bloom running at first base.
Meanwhile, Austin Bloom is going to come in as a courtesy runner for Denny's at first base. Same switch as last time. When Denny's walked, Bloom replaced him and came around to score. As part of that big inning, throw back to first. Checks the runner. First pitch of the at-bat is taken for ball 1. Pitch inside. That's behind Rivera. Now a back pick, a throw back to first, but it's off the bag. 2-0. That one missed well in and wrapped around the Raiders DH. Pitch. And that's down in the dirt. Ball 3. Now time called. And Coach Malcolm Reed is seeing his pitcher really struggle with command in this inning. He's bounced several pitches down in the dirt in front of the catcher. And he hasn't thrown a strike yet in 7 offerings. Just a quick chat to try to hopefully get Lorraine settled back in. Three-0 pitch. And that missed for ball 4. So the conversation only delayed the inevitable. Back-to-back walks to start off the frame. And Ron Franklin will now bat. First pitch to him, and it's up for ball 1. One-0 pitch, and that's taken for a strike. And a step off and a bluff back to second to chase Bloom, the courtesy runner back in. The pitch now, and it's taken for ball 2. Two one. And that one is hit in the air, foul, first base side, and that's going to push well out of play. The catcher and first baseman already gave up on it. The pitcher chased it all the way back, right in front of the dugout. 2-2. Pitch from Lorraine, and that's fouled. He has jammed a couple of hitters on swings in his tenure so far on the mound. Another 2-2, ground ball to third. That goes in between the wickets and through into left. In between the legs of Pat Wright. And it's bases loaded now with nobody out. That'll bring up Zach Cook. First pitch is upstairs, eye level, ball 1. Pitch. And that one is in the left field, but pulling foul. Leaving it up to 1-1. And the 1-1 is taken for ball 2. And it's taken for ball 3. So just to clean up the at-bat by Franklin, it was ruled a base hit as the 3-1 comes home. And that one is in the air to right. And that twists around the right fielder, and he's still trying to slide to make a catch, and he cannot come up with it. 1 run is going to score. Everybody had the hold, so that'll be all. Bloom comes in, and it's 9-0 Raiders. as Smith got twisted around.
Patrick Bean, runner at first base. Center fielder number 7, Luke Lacoste.
That'll bring up Luke Lacoste. First pitch, and that's fouled. 0-1. And that will be charged, by the way, as an error on the right fielder, Kevin Smith. So all 3 errors out in right field in this game. The 0-1. And it's also going to go down as a sac fly, as the 0-1 miss for ball 1. Even a catch would have scored Bloom from third anyway on a tag. 1-1 is fouled. 1-2. One-two pitch. Stays up. Comes the 2-2. And that one's reached out for, slapped in the air. Gordon trying to find it. He does. He'll make the catch for the first out. So an unproductive out with the bases loaded, and that'll bring it to Evan Francione, who has flied out twice, once to right and once to center. First pitch, and that's taken down and in. 1 ball, no strikes to Francione. And control has been the name of the game, or lack thereof so far, for Landon Lorraine. The 1-0. And that one is hit in the air into left center field. A charge coming in, but the ball is going to drop. 1 run's going to score. Everybody moves up a station. It is 10-0 Raiders. Rivera comes in. On the base hit that drops in by Francione, Cook moves to second. Franklin now at third as the first pitch is fouled by Lyle Ball. The 0-1. And that one down the line, that's fair. 1 run is going to score. A second's going to follow behind. It's going to be 12-0 Raiders on a 2-run single ripped down the line by Lyle Ball. Franklin easily scores from third. Second run comes in behind. Francione moves to second. And it's 12-0 with Charlie Beck now standing in the dish. First pitch. That's well out and up for ball 1. Now they'll try to pick it back to second. The throw went actually off the bare hand of the shortstop, Brumfield. Kicked away, but not far enough. It's 1-0 to Beck. One-0 pitch. And that's inside. That got him. Beck got hit. He tried to dance out of the way of it, but to no avail. Everybody moves up a station. Bases reload. Lane LeBlanc, the batter. Representing the 9th batter of this inning for the Raiders. First pitch. And LeBlanc takes a strike call, 0-1. LeBlanc today is 1 for 2. He's doubled in, popped out to first. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Off speed, fooled LeBlanc that time. Got him to chase after it. And it's 0-2. Pitch. And a check swing. Did he hold? The appeal is that he did. Ball 1. 1-2. And that's down. Quickly evens the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. An 8-run first, a 4-run third so far. The Raiders threatening for more. 2-2. And that one is in the right. That's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run is going to score. And that'll be it. As everybody moves up a station. Francione comes in. That moves ball to third. Back to second.
Catcher Jackson Denny.
Jackson Denny's, as now the Raiders have once again batted around. Will hit for the second time in this inning. First pitch. And Denny's pops one up. And it is shallow and a long run in. Nobody's going to get this one. Wow. The center fielder and the right fielder, Lewis and Smith, both had to go on a dead run in because the middle infielders, I don't know if they lost it or just gave up on it. But that barely went, if anything, 10 feet into the outfield. So it's 14-0 as Ball scores. Rivera the batter. And we are going to have a change here on the mound. So we'll reset the changes when we come back. Rummel already has 6 runs across here in this inning. And their lead is now 14-0 with 1 out in the third. You are tuned in to high school baseball on SportsNOLA.com, presented by First NBC Bank. Back here at Rag Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for McKinley, as it's going to be a swap. Pat Brown comes in from first. He'll pitch. So Landon Lorraine is going to move to first base, ahead of Cade Rivera, the batter. On a bloop single by Jackson Denny's, scoring the 6th run of the inning. First pitch from Brown misses for ball 1. And this is how the inning started for Landon Lorraine. Back-to-back walks, and the Raiders have piled on since. There's been one error in the frame. The 1-0. And that missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. And that one is in the left center field, and that's going to get down. 1 runner is going to score as this goes for the gap. A second run's going to come in, and it'll be a base hit. It is 16-0 Raiders. As Beck scores, LeBlanc scores. First and second now. For Ron Franklin. First pitch. And that goes behind Franklin for ball 1. And now a throw back to second. With the second baseman, Alexander, covering. One 0. And a ground ball foul up the third base line evens the count. Franklin is 1 for 2, and that base hit. It was ruled earlier in the inning. The Raiders have already banged out 12 hits. A lot of singles since the 4 doubles to start off the first. 1-1, and it missed. 2 balls and a strike. Quick check of the lead runner. The 2-1. And that one is in the air into left center field. And this is going to be a long run back towards the wall. And that is off the fence. 1 run is going to come in the score. And Franklin easily to second. And it is 17-0 as Bloom scores. As the courtesy runner for Denny's. Rivera gets to third. Franklin takes one deep into left field. And back to the top of the order, and we've got a pinch hitter. It's Stephen Powers. Who will get a crack here. First pitch is taken for ball 1. Powers has just 5 games appeared in this year. 2 at-bats, 1 hit. 1-0. And that one is taken for ball 2. And a foul tip. Strike 1 on Powers. Two 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. So from 2-0, Brown has battled back to push the count even. Two-two pitch coming. And that one fouled by Powers. So we'll do it again. Another 2-2 on the way. And that's upstairs. Full count. A 3-2. And that's reached out for and fouled. So a long at bat developing here. Already 8 pitches deep. It's a pinch hitter, Stephen Powers. And we're going to have another pinch hitter on deck for the Raiders. Michael Gantner is in the on-deck circle. Looks like he'll bat for Lacoste. 3-2. And a ground ball chopped to short. Picked up clean, and this is going to score a run. They almost lost the play, and they do lose the play. The shortstop went or looked home. Not sure why. Brumfield. And the throw could not be handled. It was a low throw at first. Lorraine tried to pick it, could not. That's going to be the 4th error on the Panthers. Powers reaches. Will get credit for the RBI. Run was going to score anyway. 18-0. And now Gantner steps in for Lacoste. And he'll get a turn. First pitch, and that's outside. Ball 1 to Gantner. It's just his 2nd appearance of the year. In a game, he has 1 plate appearance. It was a walk. 1-0. And that missed down and in. Kicked up some dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 from Brown. Well upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. This is the 14th batter of the inning, with still just the 1 out. Three-0 pitch. Ball 4. Franklin the 3rd. Powers at 2nd. We're going to have another pinch hitter as Coach Monica is emptying the bench. Colby Berwa. Will hit for Evan Francione. First pitch, and it's in tight for ball 1. The 1-0. Ground ball rolled, and that's going to be off the shortstop. Trickles in the shallow left. Would have been a tough play anyway. A run scores. 19-0 Raiders as Franklin comes in.
First baseman Lyle Ball.
That'll bring up Lyle Ball. Ball is 1 for 2. A walk, a base hit, and a ground out. First pitch, and it's ball 1. One 0. And that's taken for strike 1. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Ball. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ball goes down on strikes. Chase one there. And that'll bring up another pinch hitter for the Raiders.
Number 3, Peyton Hancock.
Peyton Hancock is going to bat in the spot of Charlie Beck. Hancock, this is his 10th appearance of the season, as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. But a la what we talked about with Cade Rivera, just one at bat. 1-0, down and in. And the Raiders are 2 batters away from batting around twice in this inning. Ground ball rolled to short, should end the frame, picked up. They're going to throw it over to first, and they get the out there. Side retired. And not before Archbishop Rummel piles on 11 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 3 runners left. As we head to the 4th, it is Archbishop Rummel 19, McKinley nothing. You're tuned in to high school baseball on SportsNOLA.com.
Number 7, Luke Lacoste, now pitching for Rummel.
It's the best baseball you've ever seen. It's not close. That's it. All the efforts, all the units, it's it right here. Trust me. They will the game finish 30 runs up here. 39. Did you not see that kid not go for that ball in the outfield? 30. New players in the game. Line change. Line change. You did a 39 baseball game?
Hancock's at third.
That also stayed. Get back in the dugout. We got 6 more hours. Umpire's like, you got better not swing the puck. It's true. It's true.
Welcome back to Rag Sherman Field here at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium as we're in at the top of the 4th. Archbishop Rummel has cruised to a 19-0 lead, and everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for the Panthers in this game. And we do have changes. We have spotted 2 besides the new pitcher, which is going to be Luke Lacoste. Peyton Hancock has stayed in. He's going to play third. It looks like Jake Fury has taken over behind the plate for Jackson Denny's. We'll try to see if we could spot any more before Jay Alexander, who bats to start this 4th inning. So Cook's day is done. 3 innings, no hits. Didn't walk anybody. He struck out 5. Allowed just 1 base runner, and that was on a leadoff error in the 2nd inning, allowing KJ Green to reach. So it'll be Alexander, Lorraine, and Green, the scheduled batters in this inning. This series is going to continue tomorrow. 11 a.m. scheduled start for Game 2 between these two teams. We'll have a second game later tonight when Brother Martin takes on Archbishop Shaw, a 6-11 matchup in the Division I first round. Jay Alexander grounded out to short his first time up. Get his first cuts here against Lacoste. First pitch, and a swing and a miss, high fastball, and Alexander went up the ladder to chase it. The 0-1, and a swing and a foul tip. It's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and that one is taken for ball 1. One, two, and that's taken away. Alexander wouldn't go after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes the pitch, and it's taken for ball 3. Full count. 3-2, and it's fouled. So the Division I playoffs, the top 3 seeds have byes in the first round. So it's John Curtis, the 1 seed, 2 seed Baton Rouge Catholic, and 3 seed Holy Cross. All have byes into the quarterfinal. 3-2, chopper in front of the mound, picked up by Lacoste. Throw over to first, gets him easily. 1 away. We'll bring up Landon Lorraine, who was the starting pitcher for the Panthers. Was pulled in the middle of the 3rd inning and swapped out to first. First pitch missed well up for ball 1. The rest of the first round matchups we mentioned will have Shaw and Brother Martin later tonight. First pitch scheduled for 7 p.m. as the 1-0 fouled. Bird and Evangel, the 8-9 matchup. Winner of that one will take on John Curtis. Winner of this matchup will take on the winner of the 5-12 match between Jesuit and St. Augustine. As that one is in the left field, and that's going to drop in fair for a hit. First hit of the day for the Panthers, and it's going to go for extra bases. Lorraine can run for a while on this one. It's finally dug out in the corner. It's a double. Landon Lorraine pulls one well down to the left field. First in the hit column for McKinley. That'll bring up KJ Green. Meanwhile, on the very bottom of the bracket, Baton Rouge Catholic awaits the winner of the 7-10 matchup between St. Paul's and Scotlandville. First pitch, swing and a miss by Green. The 0-1. And that one is hit in the air. And it's fouled back behind home plate. That's going to land out of play. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. And that's taken for ball 1. No, he struck him out. Delayed strike call. Called strike, high part of the zone, and Green goes down looking. 2 down. That'll bring up Pat Brown, who fly it out his first time up. First pitch, and that one is chopped left side of the mound, picked up, and could have tagged him, but Lacoste decides to throw it anyway. Lacoste was close enough to tag Brown. He figured he'd get another throw in. A one-out double, but that's all for the Panthers. Side retired. No runs, a hit, no errors. One left. Bottom fourth coming up. It's Archbishop Rummel 19 and McKinley nothing. You are tuned in to high school baseball on SportsNOLA.com.
Would you pull up to the plate and say, I know if you're fighting aggressive first pitch? But like gentle swings?
Back here at Rag Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Bottom fourth coming up. Archbishop Rummel well in command, leading 19-0. And it looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter. Lane LeBlanc was scheduled to lead off this inning, but it'll be Hayden Elwell.
Hayden Elwell leading off for the Raiders.
Who will bat. Here's the first pitch of the inning from Brown, and that's fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. One coming. And that one is tapped towards short, charging in onto the field. The throw down the first, and that's one away. Brumfield charges it. Fires it on over to Lorraine. One down. On the 6-3 bounce out. And that'll bring up Jake Fury, who took over defensively as a catcher for Jackson Denny's. Fury did not get the start today against the left-handed pitcher. He's a lefty batter, 11 for 64 on the season. In 30 games appear, a little check swing. He bounces it towards the middle, picked up at second. A set throw down the first, and Fury's gone. Alexander tried to settle his feet down. Looked a little antsy, but he made the play. And that'll bring up in the spot of Cade Rivera, Taylor Stradley, who did start in right field. Will now grab a bat here. 4 for 24 in the season is Stradley. First pitch. And that one is taken for a strike. The 0-1 from Brown. And that one has popped up. in the very shallow center, and it's going to be caught by the shortstop tracking back Brumfield for out number 3, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for the Raiders. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as we head to the 5th. And it is Archbishop Rummel 19, McKinley nothing. You're tuned in to high school baseball on SportsNOLA.com.
I tried to delete the inning so that it like type final, and it didn't like that. I was hoping it would let me type final instead of final.
Back here at Rag Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, into the 5th, and Archbishop Rummel leading 19-0. Pat Wright is going to lead it off here against Luke Lacoste. One more defensive change that actually happened in the last inning. It was Austin Bloom who took over at shortstop for Ron Franklin. First pitch, and bunt shown, pitch taken for a ball. 1-0, and he tries to bunt and he fouls this one. Evens the count. One coming in the dirt. Lacoste working his now second inning of relief. Gave up a one-out double to Landon Lorraine in the 4th. Got 2 groundouts right back to him and a strikeout. 2-1 fouled back. Wright had struck out his first time up against the starter, Zach Cook. The 2-2 pitch. And that one is going to be nubbed foul. The Raiders 3 outs away from officially ending this game on a run rule. 2-2. Ball 3. Fills up the count to Wright. Troy Lewis, Josh Gordon also due up in this inning. 3-2. And that one is lined through into the left field, a base hit. Hit between short and third. Wright pulls a single to lead off the frame, and that'll bring it to Troy Lewis. Lewis struck out looking to end the second. First pitch, runner goes, pitch taken, throw down to second, and it's safe. Is Wright. It's a short throw from the catcher, Fury. The second baseman, LeBlanc, tried to handle him the bounce, could not. But Wright looked to have his hand in anyway, even if that was caught clean on the bounce. Stolen base for Wright. It's a 1-0 count to Lewis. The pitch. And again, they show bunt, pitch in the dirt. Now the runner's going to take off for third in this one. Fury with a throw, no slide. And somehow, Wright gets in, standing. He did not slide. And he almost got caught because of it. Advance on a wild pitch, though. And the 2-0 fouled back. It's 2-1 now. Pitch on the way. And that one's fouled to even the count. Two on the way. And that one is lined to left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Run's going to score, and it's bobbled out there in left. So Lewis is going to take an extra base on this one. This will be a base hit and an error. Wright scores. And it's 19-1 as McKinley cracks the scoreboard with Josh Gordon now batting. First pitch, and Gordon flashed bunt, but he winds up taking the ball. Gordon popped out to the catcher his first time up. At the time, it was Denny's. 1-0, and they try to lay a bunt down, but again, it's fouled. One. And that one is taken for a strike. One, two. And that one is tapped and it's fouled. Fielded in foul territory by Fury. So we'll do the 1-2 once again. The pitch. And that one is grounded third base side, and they're going to let that roll foul. Lacoste. Well, that was a little hairy there. So it looked like he lost his footing, kind of twisted around. Is Gordon putting up a good battle here from behind in the count as he fouls another one off. Another 1-2. Stays high, and now they try to throw to third, but could not transfer, could Fury, from glove to hand as Lewis took off. Two. And a swing and a miss. Gordon goes down on strikes. Good fight put up at the plate, but Lacoste wins that battle for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jordan Harris. Harris struck out in 3 pitches first time up. Back in the third inning, he fouls the first pitch off here. So the Panthers will turn it back over to the top with the next batter, Ricky Brumfield, waiting on deck. 0-1. And that one is taken for ball 1. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. And the 1-2, and that stays high. A 2-2 pitch. And a ground ball towards first. Picked up by Ball. Run's going to score. Out recorded at first. 2 down. An RBI ground out. 3 unassisted on the putout. Lewis scores from third. And Ricky Brumfield will bat for McKinley. Has struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. First pitch is taken here for ball 1. For Lacoste, this is his 4th relief appearance. Popped up foul, and that's going to get out of play, 1-1. His 12th total appearance. He started 8 games, an ERA of 4. 39 walks, 49 strikeouts in 35 innings. 1-1. And it's taken for ball 2. Pitch from Lacoste. And that one has fallen off, a little grounder, a slow roller. It's going to be charged in at short. Bloom throws down the first, and Brumfield is safe. Hustles it out. Could not be caught anyway by Ball, but it's going to be a base hit for Brumfield on the infield.
Second baseman, Jay Alexander.
Extends the frame to Jay Alexander, who's 0 for 2. He's put it on the ground twice, a ground out to short and a ground out to the pitcher. First pitch, runner goes, pitch taken, and a double clutch and a throw down the second, not in time. Fury double pumped on that one. And it took out any semblance of a chance at getting Brumfield at second. He's in with a steal. The 1-0, and that's fouled to even it up. As mentioned, these two teams will continue their series tomorrow. Game 2 at 11 a.m. One. Runner goes. It's popped up foul. That'll get out of play. So the Raiders now a strike away from getting out of the inning, making this an official game on the run rule. The pitch, and that's taken for ball 2. Two coming. Runner goes, and a check swing. Did he hold? They're going to say he went through. The throw down the first. They get him there, and that is your ball game. Alexander could not hold on the check swing, and the throw down the first gets him, so a strikeout and a 2-3 putout. And that has finished it off, and Archbishop Rummel takes the series lead 1-0 after coasting to a 19-2 victory after 4.5 innings. An 8-run first and an 11-run third did the deed for Archbishop Rummel. The first 4 hits were doubles in that first inning against starter Landon Lorraine, Zach Cook, Luke Lacoste, Charlie Beck, and Lane LeBlanc all had doubles to start off as the Raiders got it going early. There were 2 errors on one play by the starting right fielder, Dariante Jackson, as part of that first inning as well. In the third, when the Raiders put up 11 runs, it started with a real lack of command as back-to-back 4-pitch walks set the table for Rummel, and they were able to feast from there. A single by Ron Franklin loaded up the bases, it was a sac fly and an error as they dropped ball out in right field. Scored the first run of the inning, and it continued from there. Base hits by Colby Barrois and Lyle Ball. And there were also 3 walks and a hit batter in that third inning as the Raiders sent 17 hitters to the plate in that 11-run third. Zach Cook got the start. He breezed through 3 innings before giving way. Who pitched the final 2 innings. McKinley got on the board in the 5th with their 2 runs. Pat Wright led off with a single. Troy Lewis was able to drive him in. The second run came in on an RBI groundout by Jordan Harris. And that was the offense for McKinley today. On the final line score, Archbishop Rummel 19 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors. McKinley 2 runs on 4 hits and 4 errors this afternoon. Once again, your final. Archbishop Rummel takes game 1 of the series, 19-2 over the McKinley Panthers. We'll be back with you. First pitch scheduled for 7 o'clock as the first game of the series between the 6th seed Brother Martin Crusaders and the 11th seed Archbishop Shaw Eagles will take place here at Kirsch-Rooney. For now, Emmanuel Pep is signing off, and we will rejoin you again right before 7 o'clock for our next broadcast of high school baseball here on SportsNOLA.com.